2018 saw epic releases from all corners of hip-hop's wide and vast landscape. J. Cole, Kanye West, Drake, Cardi B, J-Rock, Nipsey Hussle, Anderson .Paak, Pusha T, and more all dropped phenomenal bodies of work that either earned critical or sales success. Those who rebuff more commercial records could enjoy standout indie albums from Black Thought, Elzhi, Jean Grae and Quelle Chris, Ninth Wonder, and more. So regardless of where one stands on the traditional versus progressive or mainstream versus indie debate, there was more than a little something for everyone. It looks like 2019 is set to continue that, and much more as All Def Digital breaks down some of the most anticipated upcoming releases for next year. Ladies and gentlemen, this is The Report. There's no denying that Donald Glover is one of this generation's most acclaimed creatives, between acting, directing, writing, and his music alter ego, Childish Gambino. Out of the blue in May, as he was set to host Saturday Night Live, Gambino dropped 2018's most thought-provoking music video, This Is America. The Atlanta star, director, and writer also released a Summer Pack EP featuring Summertime Magic and Feels Like Summer. While we wait on his follow-up to 2016's Awaken My Love, Gambino has been teasing even more music between the This Is America tour and New Zealand edition of Pharaoh's Show. Considering Glover is set to star in 2019's live adaptation of Disney's Lion King and the mysterious Guava Island film featuring Rihanna, which also premiered at Pharaoh's, it's safe to assume a full body of work will reach fans' ears this year. Following their sophomore album in 2018, hip-hop's current favorite trio, Migos, took time to drop solo projects, except Offset, who is slated to release his debut album by the end of this year. Although concrete details haven't been released thus far, speaking with the Associated Press in October, Quavo said this. No one in hip-hop has polarized pop culture as much as Kanye West. Questionable politics and social media antics aside, Ye managed to control a portion of music conversations over the summer during his 7-track Wyoming projects, including collaborative projects with Teyana Taylor, Nas, Kid Cudi, and the Grammy-nominated Pusha T album, Daytona. Although the album was originally slated to be released last year, it's seen several Kanye-inspired pushbacks. And despite a lack of information on collaborations and features, Ye went to Twitter to hint that it may have the same feeling of his 2009 opus, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Logic continues to grow into one of the most commercially consistent MCs in hip-hop, following the success of last year's Everybody, including breakout hit 1-800-273-8255, featuring Alessia Cara and Khalid. Since then, he's dropped a few projects, including Bobby Tarantino and YSIV. Sometime in the new year, he's slated to drop Ultra 85, which he referred to as his last album on several occasions before calling the claim a joke.
Logic, is Ultra 85 really gonna be the last saga?
Nah, I was just fucking with it. That's a lie.
For the more underground traditionalist rap heads, Czarface collaborated with MF Doom earlier this year and released the Czarface meets Metalface. The group made up of duo 7L and Esoteric, as well as Wu-Tang member Inspector Deck, continue to deliver quality beats and rhymes with the upcoming collaboration with Ghostface Killah. Announced in December, the project's lead single, Iron Claw, should whet the appetite of fans until its release. It's been over a year since Memphis' own Yo Gotti released I Still Am, featuring the Nicki Minaj-assisted Rake It Up. This year alone, he dropped a slew of music, including Wraith featuring T.I., 120 Carats, and Dreams, amongst others. In early December, the CMG head held a listening party in Miami during Art Basel, where he told Billboard this. LP and Killer Mike continue their reign of hip-hop anarchy with their recently announced follow-up to 2016's Run the Jewels 3. Much isn't known about the project, but the duo called it their grimiest yet. LP told Beats One radio host Zane Lowe this. According to the same interview, their track created for the Venom film soundtrack, Let's Go, The Royal We, laid the creative groundwork for RTJ4. Top Dog Entertainment's own Schoolboy Q was slated to release a project this year until the untimely death of his close friend Mac Miller. During a House of Band Chicago headlining set in September, he had this to say. Blank Face LP dropped in 2016, and we haven't heard much from the rapper this year. Outside of his feature on tracks like Kamaya's Addicted to Ballin', the Creed 2 soundtrack curated by Mike Will Made It, Too Short's Pimp Tape, and Mozzie's Gangland Landlord project. However, it'll be exciting to hear what Q has in the creative stash. Less than a year after releasing his Grammy Award-winning album, Damn, hip-hop's reigning King Kendrick Lamar managed to curate the soundtrack for the biggest film of last year, Black Panther. If K-Dot continues on his path of releasing some form of body of work, like he has every year since 2015's To Pimp a Butterfly, we should expect something this year. Despite a rumor that was started by TDE member Isaiah Rashad and later squashed by TDE CEO Anthony Tippett. Kendrick would reiterate that point in a recent Los Angeles Times profile with writer Jeff Weiss, saying this. So even if fans don't get a proper follow-up to Damn, in 2019, expect some type of music to make its way out. While Good Music founder Kanye West managed to create a PR shitstorm, and current President Pusha T found himself at war with pop's biggest figure, Drake, one person who has remained relatively quiet is none other than Big Sean. It's been over a year since he released his fourth major label studio album, I Decided, and his collaborative project with Metro Boomin, Double or Nothing. Though Sean Don hasn't revealed much info, he spoke on getting a vocal coach for more melodic songs in an interview with Vibe in September. Check it out. Royce the 5'9" and Eminem have been teasing a sequel to their 2011 Hell the Sequel as Bad Meets Evil. The Detroit MCs totally understand the fans' desire for another lyrical masterpiece. And in September, Royce gave Australian concertgoers their chance to express their excitement of a possible Bad Meets Evil in this clip.
I want y'all to start up a hashtag called Bad Meets Evil 2. And I want you to spam the fuck out of Eminem's Twitter and IG account.
J. Cole understands the power and impact of his fifth studio album, K.O.D. It seems like light-skinned Jermaine isn't letting the foot off the gas, despite putting time into Dreamville artists like J.I.D. In August, he released his Album of the Year freestyle over Nas's classic Uchiwali instrumental through World Star Hip Hop. Interestingly enough, the video's description read this. Many across social media have dubbed the off-season as a mixtape that'll prelude the official follow-up to K.O.D. titled The Fall Off. And that's not all. In December, Cole's Kill Edward alter ego, introduced on K.O.D., went to Twitter to mention and remind fans that an album was on the way as well. The rise of Cardi B over the past couple of years has been nothing short of astounding. Her breakout hit, Bodak Yellow, and an impressive debut album, Invasion of Privacy, has placed her in the upper echelon of hip-hop and pop culture. In late October, she dropped a single for her yet untitled sophomore follow-up called Money. And more recently, she released a snippet following the viral Rolling Loud LA moment where her husband, Offset, interrupted her headlining set.
Hey. I just want to tell you I'm sorry, bro.
We want to know which projects you're looking forward to the most this year. Let us know in the comment section, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and follow all things All Def Music. For The Report, I'm Kayla Nicole.